Welcome to a quick little clinic from the U of T Pension Department. In this video, we're going to explain one part of how your pension is determined, which is your final average salary, and one way you could increase your pension amount. The two main factors that determine the amount of your pension are your years of service and your final average salary. Based on the number of years you worked, you'll get a percentage of your final average salary as a pension. Work more years, and you'll get a larger share of whatever your final average salary amount is. Your final average salary is just what it sounds like. It's the average of what you made over a 3-year period. TRS will go over your earnings history and find your highest earning consecutive 36 months. While this will usually be your last 3 years, that is not always the case. The final average salary does include procession earnings. While it is a 3-year window, there is a cap on increased earnings for each of those 3 years. No year used in the calculation can exceed 110% of the average earnings for the 2 prior years.
So what can I do to increase my pension?
Anything you do to increase your pensionable earnings for the years that are used for your final average salary will increase your pension. So if you start coaching or doing AM bus duty for procession, that money will count along with your base salary. Working Chapter 683 would mean a higher salary, which would count towards your pension. Also, you could increase your base salary by earning differentials like your master's plus 30. If you were selected as a model teacher, that would increase your salary. Anything that results in more pay from your city employer increases your pension. Even teaching as an adjunct in CUNY could increase your pensionable salary. Just remember that you want to earn that extra income for 5 years to ensure maximum impact on your pension.
So I stopped coaching and doing summer school last year. Does that mean my pension is going down?
Your pension is not going to go down. Final average salary is always looking at your best consecutive 36 months. So in your case, it might be that your last years are not the best years, and they will use an older 36-month window from when you were earning that additional per session.
I took a sabbatical a few years ago. Will that lower salary affect my final average salary?
No, the sabbatical year will not be counted. TRS or BRRS will just skip over that year as though it didn't exist.
Great news! I just completed a year where I earned an extra $30,000 and am ready to retire. That should mean a $30,000 boost to my final average salary, right?
Not so fast. If you only earn that for 1 year, it can't boost your final average salary by that much. It's only one of the 3 years TRS will count towards your final average salary. Also, if it's more than a 10% increase above your average from the prior 2 years, then they won't count all of it. So, say these were your earnings the last 5 years. The first year they'll use for your 3-year average is 2022. They'll look at the average of the prior 2 years and then multiply that by 1.1, which is a 10% increase. That is the max that they would count from 2022 towards your pension. In this case, you're fine since your earnings from 2022 are not above that cap. Then they'll look at the next year and do the same thing. Again, this year was not a major increase, so all of your salary would count. But that last year was a big jump. The retirement system will only give you credit in this scenario for up to $110,000, a 10% increase above the prior 2 years.
I heard that the state changed the rules when they created Tier 6, and we new hires got left out in the cold.
The state did change the rules for final average salary when they created Tier 6, but the U of T is always trying to make improvements for our members. We did that for Tier 4 when we got the state to offer the 55-25 plan in 2008, and we just won another concession as part of our COPE-funded Fix 6 campaign. As of 2024, Tier 6 members have the same rules as Tier 4 members when it comes to determining their final average salary. This was a big win, much like when the U of T sued to ensure our procession earnings were included in the calculations decades ago. There are still improvements to be made, and the U of T will continue to secure our retirement.
This video should not be solely relied upon, as it is based on currently available information that is subject to change. In all cases, the specific provisions of the governing laws, contractual agreements, rules, and regulations